Good morning, ma'am. This is Reshmi VP, and the topic for my presentation is voting behavior in India. So, the topics that I'm going to cover in this presentation are what is voting behavior, determinants of voting behavior, significance of voting behavior, and finally, conclusion. So, first of all, coming to the first slide, that is what is voting behavior all about. So, before I begin with the main topic, I would like to give a brief intro about what voting is actually about. Voting is one of the most commonly used terms in contemporary age of democratic politics. In a democratic system, each adult citizen uses voting as a means of expressing his approval or disapproval of governmental decisions, policies, and programs of various political parties who are engaged in struggle to get the status of being the votes in an election. The study of voting behavior has come to be regarded as an important aspect of contemporary political research and theory. It is a form of political behavior and is also known as electoral behavior. It implies the behavior of voters in the context of elections in a democratic political system. Now, I would love to give the definitions of voting behavior which were offered by various scholars. The first definition was offered by Plano and Riggs. That is, voting behavior is a field of study concerned with the ways in which people tend to vote in public elections and the reason why they vote as they do. Second definition was offered by Gordon Marshall. The study of voting behavior invariably focuses on the determinants of why people vote as they do and how they arrive at the decisions they make. The third definition was offered by Wasby, and it states that the study of voting behavior involves an analysis of individual psychological makeup and relation to political action as well as institutional patterns such as communication process and their impact on elections. Now, coming to the second topic of this presentation, that is determinants of voting behavior. The behavior of a voter is influenced by several factors such as religion, caste, community, language, money, policy or ideology, purpose of the polls, extent of franchise, and the like political parties and groups make use of these variables for the sake of winning the battle of the ballot box. Politicians can be found invoking appeals to religious and communal sentiments of the purpose of emerging successful in the war of votes. Appeals are issued and canvassing campaigns are conducted in the name of particular policy or ideology for the same purpose. Thus, the interest of the voters and accordingly their behavior at the time of voting is also influenced by the nature or purpose of the elections or the extent of the suffrage. Indian society is highly diversified in nature and composition. Hence, voting behavior in India is determined or influenced by multiple factors. In fact, the voting behavior studies conducted in India have identified the following main political and socio-economic factors which act as determinants of voting behavior in India. So now proceeding towards the determinants. The first determinant is caste, and which it plays a very important role in determining the voting behavior of India. And it also has been a very important thing since a lot of time. So the politicization of caste and casteism in politics has been a remarkable feature of Indian politics. It has deep roots in the society and constitutes an important basis of social relations at all levels. Although provisions are adopted to prevent discrimination on the basis of caste, it still continues to be a determinant of political behavior. Second determinant is religion. Religion is another important factor which influences the electoral behavior. Political parties indulge in communal propaganda and exploit the religious sentiments of the voters. There are various communal parties which have been attributed to politicization of religion. So, for example, we have the Muslim League, as a determinant of voting behavior. Although India is a secular nation, no political party ignored the influence of religion in electoral politics. Next determinant is language. As we all know, India is a multilingual state. There are 18 official languages and several hundred other languages and dialects. Linguism serves as a factor of voting behavior. So, the best example of linguism in India can be seen in the organization of states on linguistic basis, and it fully reflects the importance of language as a factor of politics in India. During elections, the political parties arouse the linguistic feelings of the people and try to influence their decision making. The reorganization of states on language basis clearly reflects the significance of language factor in Indian politics. The rise of some political parties like DMK in Tamil Nadu and TDP in Andhra Pradesh can be attributed to linguism. Next factor is region. Regionalism and sub-regionalism play an important role in voting behavior. These parochial feelings led to the emergence and perpetuation of regional parties in various states. These regional parties appeal to the electorate on the ground of regional identities and regional sentiments. Next factor is money. The role of money can never be ignored in the study of electoral behavior. Though India is a poor country, crores of rupees are spent in elections. The voters seek money or goods in return for their votes. In other words, we can say that votes are exchanged for notes. Next determinant is the personality, that is the charismatic personality. Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, Narendra Modi has significantly influenced the electorate to vote in favor of these parties. Similarly, at the state level also we have charismatic personality of regional leader, and it has always been a significant factor of popular support in the elections. Next determinant is party identification, that is personal and emotional association with a political party plays an important role in determining voting behavior. People who have always identified themselves with a particular party will always vote for that party irrespective of its omissions and commissions. Next is ideology. The political ideology professed by a political party has a bearing on its decision making of the voters. Some people in the society are committed to certain ideologies like communism, capitalism, democracy, secularism, etc. Some such people generally support the candidates put up by the parties professing those ideologies. We also have other factors which determine voting behavior. Some of them are political events preceding an election like war, murder of leader, corruption, scandals, etc. Next is economic conditions that happened at the time of elections like inflation, food shortage, unemployment. Next is factionalism, a feature of Indian politics from bottom to top level. Then age, sex, education, habitation, class, family and kinship, candidate orientation, election campaign, political media background, and the role of media. Now moving to the next topic of this presentation, that is significance of voting behavior. The study of voting behavior is significant for the following reasons. Number one, it helps in comprehending the process as value among the elite as well as the masses. Third, it emphasizes the real impact of revolutionary ballot box. Fourth, it enables to throw light as to how far the electoral politics continue to break with the past. And finally, it helps to measure whether it is modern or primordial in the context of political development. Now, moving towards the last topic of this presentation, that is the conclusion. The election occupies a prominent place in the democratic government. It is a means through which people express and enforce political organization of the society. It is therefore very important that the use of these determinants should be conducted in a very free and fair manner. It also depends upon whether the system allows freedom of thought, expression, and association to the people. Mere presence of an electoral system does not make a political system democratic. The will of the people is expressed through voting in elections, and therefore, all sorts of undemocratic and unfair means, for example, like manipulating, rigging, they need to be avoided in the elections. And no such action should be taken which in any way undermine the popular will expressed through elections. So now we proceed towards the end of this presentation, and thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you like it.